Hey guys, Popular Paxton here, and I want to welcome you to a special layout video. This layout video is pretty much showcasing a layout that's based on a season 5 episode of the Thomas and Friends TV series. So, you probably have already guessed based on looking at the title, but let me zoom out for a moment and show you guys the layout right here. This is a layout that's based on the season 5 episode Horrid Lorry. So, I was inspired to try making a layout that's based on a Thomas and Friends episode by this YouTuber called SodorProductions, and that's one word, by the way, like Sodor and Productions are put together. So I'll post a link to his channel in the description of this video. But anyways, he's done more than a few videos where he makes a layout that's based on a Thomas and Friends episode. He's done several for the classic series, some for like the CGI series, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I thought I would have a go at making a layout based on a Thomas and Friends episode. So the first one I've done is Horrid Lorry. So I'll give you guys a tour of this layout, explain some things to you, and overall I just hope you will enjoy this video. So let's get started. So aside from Sodor Productions, I was also kind of inspired by, I don't remember who this guy was called, but there was this other guy that makes like custom Tomy layouts that are based on episodes. Like I believe one example was of the Flying Kipper, but I don't remember this guy off the top of my head. I mean, I haven't looked at a ton of his stuff, but I know there's like a guy who makes like custom Tomy layouts based on episodes. But anyways, so back to my layout here. If you're going to make a set or a layout that's based on Horrid Lorry, it would make sense that you include lorries 1, 2, and 3 in it. Lorries 2 and 3, of course, are not the easiest lorries to find. And so, if this was ever a set that was actually made in the Horrid Lorry range, it would have been so cool to have all 3 lorries included, even if it meant paying a heavy price for the whole set. But anyways, quick note here. I don't actually own any roadway curves, so to make curved tracks on the roadway part, I used Brio, or basically non-Thomas brand curves for it, since they obviously don't have the sleepers on the tracks like the Thomas Horrid Lorry tracks do. So yeah, that's one minor flaw, I guess I would call it, but that didn't stop me from making this custom set. So anyways, let's show off the set now and see what would be included if this was actually sold. So we'll start on this side where lorry 1 is. So you would get lorry 1 and maybe his flatbed. I mean, it's not a mandatory thing to include. I mean, yeah, there's basically a few things on this layout that maybe aren't highly required or necessary for this set, but I thought I would just include everything on the set that could possibly be sold with it. But anyways, so yeah, lorry 1's flatbed. Not a mandatory thing to include, but if you're going to have lorry 1, might as well have his flatbed. Even though lorry 1 was sold in like some sets without his flatbed. Like one was a chocolate factory set. But anyway, so this right here is a switch track that has one track go into like a wave of water. This was sold in the, I think it was called the, it's basically a Horrid Lorry set that's based on Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure. I don't think it was called the Pirates Cove Discovery. I think that's the name of a different set. But anyways, yeah, so I figured this piece of track could work well for when Lorry 1 is at the harbor and he accidentally reverses into the sea. So yeah, I thought that would work out pretty well for this. And I mean, if you look closely at the switch track, there's no sleepers on it, even though this is part of a railway set where it's railway tracks, not roadway. But yeah, I thought that would work out pretty well. So anyways, here's Lorry 1, his flatbed, and the side, the end of the harbor where he reverses into the water by accident. And then we go around this bend and up onto this bridge here. And here we have Lorry 2. And he is driving over the mountain overpass. Yeah, the mountain overpass. So this is to like resemble the gorge and the steep and dangerous road where the road vehicles had to drive on, and then the railway trucks were down below. Yes, there was no tunnel, but this was the best option I had to resemble that area. So right up here is a switch track. There really is, I mean, yes, there are some roadway switches from the old Thomas Wooden Railway line, but they're pretty rare. They're very rare. I know Thomas Wooden Railway has some roadway switches in his collection, but railway switches were only like included in like 1 or 2 sets. I think at least just 1. So that makes them very rare and hard to find. But anyways, I thought I would include this like Brio or off-brand switch so that Lorry 2 will curve off to the side, and that's where he's gonna fall off the mountain road and crash to the ground below. I also included a track to service ramp to make it a little more proper of the end of the road. So I could have like not included the ramp, and I'm moving this off to the side here. I could have not included the ramp, and then Lorry 2 would just fall off like that. But it would have maybe been a little proper to have a ramp here. And then I was wondering as I was putting this layout, do I want to have the ramp just dangle off like this? I mean, it's connected a little. From the way it's attached right now and the way this riser is positioned, it's not gonna like slip off if there's any weight on it. So yeah, but I figured maybe it would be a little bit proper to have another riser be underneath the other end of this ramp. So yeah, the road curves off to resemble Lorry 2 accidentally driving off the road and crash. He falls to the ground below. Anyways, moving on, if Lorry 2 was not being careless, he would have gone straight this way, down the hill, around the bend, and off to the side here on the railway track side is the flour mill. Now this is a destination from the Man in the Hill set, where this building has a turning, it has a piece inside it that changes to different things when every time this door closes. So right now it's on a bag of flour, and now it's a birthday cake for Mr. Percival. Yeah, and it starts off with a barrel of sugar first, but I had it set on the flour so that this could be the scene in the episode where Toby is at the flour mill and he sees Lorry 3 there and helping out. But anyways, going this way, we come to where Butch is towing Lorry 3 because Lorry 3 got overloaded with flour and broke down at a crossing. So this is a Brio flatbed. I bought it back in August when I was at Entertainment Junction for their last train show that they were ever going to have before they closed down in January of 2025 next year. But anyways, yes, this is the search and rescue center version of Butch, but I didn't want to have to go through my tub of extra trains over there to find the old style Butch. Yeah, but anyways, here's Butch towing this Brio flatbed with Lorry 3 on it. And here is the rail crossing piece. I recently got this in the mail from eBay. I figured this would work good to resemble the scene where Lorry 3 breaks down because he's overloaded with flour. Yes, I'm being a little lazy to move the gates, but you see, this came new in the box, so the gates are a little bit stiff and slow to move around. But anyways, yeah, I moved them now, and now Lorry 3 has broken down because he's overloaded. Anyways, real quick about these gates here. Even though this came new in the box, it was pretty old, obviously, so 3 of the stop sign stickers had the stickiness on the back of them had faded and dried up, so they came off, so I had to use a little bit of clay to stick them back on. So anyways, yeah, I just thought I'd point that out. Anyways, I'm putting Lorry 3 back on Butch's flatbed, and Butch is towing Lorry 3 away to the docks. And then we come back here to where the docks is supposed to be, and there's Lorry 1 about to reverse into the water. Now, another thing I decided to include in this layout video, this set video more like, not necessarily a layout, a set, but I decided to include the yellow version of the Sodor Bay cargo ship to like resemble the barge that Lorry 1 is placed on after he falls into the sea. Now, Lorry 1 is not perfectly balanced on the boat, and he doesn't like fit all the way on the inside, basically, especially with his road wheels. But I thought I'd include that as like a possible piece that could have been included in the set. Because like I said in the beginning of the video, I thought I would just include whatever could have possibly been included to make the set look more cool, and kids would want to buy it to have more stuff to play with. But anyways, there's the Sodor Bay cargo ship being used as the barge that Lorry 1 comes in on after he falls into the water. Now let's move on to the train tracks real quick. So we'll start here, and then after we go past the gates, we go through the tunnel of the mountain overpass and then over to Percy. So Percy would have been included in the set because he's one of the engines that has the most time spent with the lorries. And then he's got a few cargo cars behind him. They're like different molds, like that one looks different than these two. And then this one in the front is a Mattel cargo car, and these two are learning curve cargo cars. Anyways, they're all carrying the pieces of cargo that come with lorries 1, 2, and 3. Again, these were like a last minute, not necessarily addition to the set. I mean, it'd be nice if the engines had something to pull around so that it's not all just roadway themed. So anyway, some cargo cars to carry the cargo pieces that come with the lorries. And then we go along this track, then we come past the flour mill, and then here is Toby. But like Butch, this is not the learning curve Toby, this is the Mattel Toby. But anyways, here are two figures. This one's supposed to be the foreman of the flour mill, even though this is more like a miller of the flour mill. And then this figure is meant to be Toby's driver. So anyways, yeah, I thought I'd just include them for like some people that could be on the layout to play parts from the Horrid Lorry episode, and then Toby will just continue down the line and come to the crossing where he has to stop for Butch to come by with Lorry 3. And that's everything there is to show on this custom Horrid Lorry set. So I'll go over one more time what maybe didn't need to be included, but I just showed off anyway. So there would have been that roadway track to service ramp, this extra riser on the end. There would have been the cargo cars with the cargo pieces maybe. There would have been Lorry 1's flatbed. There would have been the Sodor Bay cargo ship. And probably lastly, the 2 figures. But other than that, that's everything there is to show on this custom Horrid Lorry set. What do you guys think of it? Is there anything else you would have included if you made this set, like accessories, or maybe possibly engines or something like that, or destinations like, I don't know, maybe Cranky, since he has a bit of a part in the Horrid Lorry story. But anyways, I hope you guys like this custom set. Would you want to see me make some more of these, like how SodorProductions does? Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and the next video that comes out will be the next story of the Medieval Misadventures reboot. I have said before in post that this is a rewrite of a Season 3 episode from the actual Thomas and Friends series. I'm going to go ahead and say what it is right now, rather than have you wait till it comes out. But this episode will be a rewrite, a Medieval Misadventures version of the episode Escape. So this is my second attempt of making a rewrite of Escape. I tried doing one like earlier this year, I believe, but for like my reality, I would call it, my Thomas's Sodor Adventures series, but I just wasn't satisfied with it. Because this took place in the Season 3 era, there weren't as many engines around, and there were just too many crashes caused by the troublesome trucks, so too many engines would have been damaged at once, and then the railway would barely be able to operate. So I wasn't pleased with how that story was going to turn out, so I never released it. But now I have another version, a Medieval Misadventures version of this episode that I have recently finished filming. I still haven't gotten to the editing, but I'm going to do that soon, real soon, and then the episode will hopefully be released sometime before the month ends, because it's a little bit of a Halloween themed episode. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you like it. And if you have any feedback or questions or anything like that, just put them in the comments below. And I'll see you later. Goodbye.